Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you enjoyed the sun while it was here. So this is week 2, but technically our first week of really digging into some review content. So I'll be doing these every day. They'll be a little different depending on what the day of the week is, but each day I will walk you through kind of what I'm reading and potentially try to engage you all in it as well. But it'll look different every day. So that'll be first, kind of give you my lowdown on what I've been reading, and then I'll go into the day's schedule, point out to you where the stuff will be, and then we'll go from there. So, SSR. I told you all on Friday that I really wanted to finish the Children of Virtue and Vengeance book and then start Becoming by Michelle Obama, and your girl did. I finished Children of Virtue and Vengeance on Saturday. Phenomenal book. You know, I'm not really into fantasy, never have been, apart from Harry Potter, but this series has got me hooked. So kudos to the writer. She is phenomenal. But one of the things that I wanted to take some time to discuss when we have the luxury of time is point of view. I think we as readers and writers and just generally speaking humans that consume literature, we kind of take for granted point of view because it is utilized in so many different ways. Sometimes you get all three in one, sometimes it's first person and third person, and it really changes your perspective on a story. So I wanted to ask you all through this poll that you're going to see linked to the video here, what point of view the SSR book you're reading is in. Remember all the way back to narrative when we wrote our narrative stories at the beginning of the school year, you were asked to pick a point of view and stick to it. And we discussed these three: first person, second person, and third person. 9 times out of 10, your book is going to be either in first or third person. It's very rare to have second person point of view. And just as a review, remember that first person is I, me, my, their, our pronouns. Second person is directly related to you. You are reading this book. You are probably feeling hungry like I am right now. You are potentially sleepy. Hey, it's very rare because the book is then talking to the reader, which is a very difficult skill. And then lastly is third person, which again is a pretty common one as well. It's the kind of narrator who is outside of the story in different ways. They tend to say she, them, he, then they, then we. Kind of this outsider perspective is third person. So my book that I just finished, Children of Virtue and Vengeance, is in fact a multiple first person account. And that's why I really wanted to start with point of view, because it can really change your perspective on a story, especially if you have it set up in the way that the Children of Virtue and Vengeance was set up, because there's at least 3 characters that are always giving a perspective in the story, right? If you're very familiar with this story, there's Zelly, there's Amari, and there's Anon. And each time they tell their tale, or their part of the tale, they use I, but they create such a unique perspective on this story because each of them are experiencing whatever's going on in the plot in different ways. And it really can create a very immersive experience for the reader. So all that to say, what point of view is your SSR book in? I want you to go to the poll, select A, B, or C, and let me know if you have questions. Review these 3. It's just good to know, and it's also really cool to, pick up on like really soon when you start reading a book. So that's my nerd moment, and that is SSR. So I finished that one, and I started Becoming by Michelle Obama on Sunday, yesterday. So I'll be filling in my daily reading log with this. Remember, I want you to strive for 30 minutes at least of unsustained or sustained, reading time. So do your best every day to try to get some reading of some kind in. So tomorrow I'll be talking about Michelle Obama's book. So that is SSR. What is the schedule for today? As you'll notice today, I want you to start with the social emotional Google Forms check-in. We'll do this every Monday and every Friday. And I know, especially for my Hawk Time group of kids, it can be boring or overwhelming, or you just don't understand the concept here. But I think now more than ever, we really need to check in with ourselves emotionally and socially, especially through our mental health, um, because this is overwhelming and it's scary and it's weird and it's strange. And I'm sure you're feeling a mix of feelings. And I don't want you to feel like you can just come on here, turn it off, and try to focus on English. I want you to know that I value how you're feeling, and I want to be open and honest with you all. If you're my Hawk Time group, you've heard a lot about my mental health background, so you might be more used to this in my other blocks. But I want that to be kind of the precedent for this. And just because this is the first one, I'm going to show my results for you so that you can kind of see how quick I want you to really think about this, but also how serious I want you to take it. So I'll go through that with you guys just for today, just so you can get used to it. And then I'm going to be asking you to start the Article of the Week project. It's super small. It's not meant to take up too much time, but you are going to be working on it hopefully throughout the week. And our first article is going to be why we shouldn't shield children from the darkness. So I'm going to walk through what you're going to walk through today so that you can kind of see what exactly you're going to be doing and give you kind of a lowdown on how I'm feeling as well. So this is our beginning of the week. It's split up into a few parts. So I want you to start here, and I'm going to start here. Um, this is just 1 minute of kind of breathing and checking in and just taking. So it's short, cheesy, but it's really helpful because it does kind of calm me down a little bit. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I'm at about a 9. I'm a pretty positive person. Obviously, I would be at a 10 if I were back in class with all of you. But right now I'm feeling about a 9. And then my weather report. So this again is visual. You've got all sorts of information up here to help you out. And this is a tough one. I would say mostly sunny. So I'm happy, obviously. But there's intermittent clouds, uncertainty around this time. So that is what I'm feeling. And then this one you don't need to answer, but I do ask that if you do want to share more about what's going on, I always want you to know I'm here for you, whatever you need, even if it's just a listening ear. You could put that there. And also, if you have any ideas for next week's activities, or just, if you just want to say you really like potato chips, because I really like potato chips. And I feel like that's important to share. So that's your social emotional check-in. You'll submit it. I'm not really asking you for your name. I don't think I'll be able to see whose names are whose. So if you want to share on that last one, kind of what's going on, make sure you give me a heads up on who you are. So back to our work for the week. I have things scheduled, so you're going to see drafts of what's going to be showing up for you. But I want to start with the article of the week. You've got the kind of assignment expectations here. Again, what I want you to strive to do. Look up 2 or 3 words you're unfamiliar with after you've read the article. Watch the video that goes along with it and consider some kind of reflection about how this information impacts you right now. And it doesn't have to be just, a paragraph of writing. You can be doing any sort of written reflection of some kind, poetry, dialogue, etc. You can write this by hand on paper if you want, or you can do so electronically. Again, you won't be sharing these with me, but I'll be sharing throughout the week my progress, and then we'll try to have our first discussion on this on Friday. So what you want to do is read the article this week. It's very short and very meaningful. I know some of you were like, Ms. Pratt, that is not short. And then I've attached a TED Ed here about how stress affects the brain, which is really interesting for my science people. And then if you want, these are just some questions that you can consider for your reflection. But again, you don't have to necessarily do those questions. So that is all for tomorrow. And then I'll be back on Tuesday with another update on my silent reading and our plans for that day. So hit me up on Remind. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. I'll see you all tomorrow.